You're eating clean, cutting sugar, exercising, but your blood sugar is still high? You've ditched sodas, candies, and white bread, but your glucose monitor tells a different story. What if the real problem isn't your diet or workouts, but hidden daily habits sabotaging your progress? These small, overlooked actions can trigger hormonal responses that spike your blood sugar, undoing your hard work. In this video, I'll reveal 6 everyday habits that secretly destroy your blood sugar. Most people are making mistake number 3. We'll break down the science behind each one, and most importantly, I'll show you simple fixes you can start today. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to finally gain control over your blood sugar and achieve true metabolic health. Let's dive in. Let's start with a common morning ritual, something many of us do without even thinking: coffee on an empty stomach. It's a habit ingrained in our routines, a quick fix to kickstart the day. But is it really the best way to fuel your body? Coffee itself isn't the villain, it's the timing. The issue isn't with the beverage itself, but rather when we choose to consume it, especially in relation to our food intake. Drinking it before eating spikes your cortisol, that crucial hormone that regulates a wide array of bodily functions. Cortisol is your body's main stress hormone, and while it plays a vital role in our daily rhythms, an excessive surge can have negative consequences. When caffeine hits your system first thing, before any food has been consumed, it amplifies your natural morning cortisol surge, potentially leading to a cascade of hormonal imbalances. This can create a heightened state of alertness, but not necessarily in a good way. This surge then signals your liver to dump glucose into your bloodstream, preparing you for a fight-or-flight response, even if there's no actual threat. Result: what happens when your body is flooded with glucose and stress hormones before you've even had a bite to eat? Your blood sugar rises sharply, creating a spike that can lead to a subsequent crash, leaving you feeling drained and irritable. This all happens even before you've eaten, setting the stage for a day of energy fluctuations and potential cravings. This stress response trains your body, conditioning it to react in a certain way to the morning caffeine jolt. It teaches your body to expect high sugar and high alert every morning, creating a dependence on this artificial boost. This can lead to increasing your risk for insulin resistance over time, a condition where your body becomes less responsive to insulin, potentially leading to type 2 diabetes. Without food to buffer the caffeine, to provide a more gradual and sustained release of energy, you're more likely to feel jittery, anxious, experiencing the unpleasant side effects of caffeine overload. You might even get an upset stomach, as the acidity of coffee can irritate the lining of an empty stomach. Over time, this can lead to a cycle, a repetitive pattern of energy highs and lows that can negatively impact your overall well-being. This cycle consists of blood sugar spikes, crashes, leaving you feeling fatigued and unable to concentrate. These crashes can trigger cravings for more sugar or carbs throughout the day, perpetuating the cycle and making it difficult to maintain a healthy diet. Even if you eat healthy meals later, diligently choosing nutritious options for lunch and dinner, the damage starts before breakfast. The initial jolt to your system can have a lasting impact even if you try to compensate later in the day. The fix is simple. A small adjustment to your morning routine can make a world of difference. Eat some protein and healthy fat, like eggs, a fantastic source of sustained energy and essential nutrients, nuts providing a satisfying crunch, and a dose of healthy fats and fiber, or yogurt before your coffee. These options provide a buffer, mitigating the negative effects of caffeine on an empty stomach. This buffers the cortisol response, preventing that sharp spike and promoting a more balanced hormonal environment. It also slows caffeine absorption, allowing for a more gradual and sustained release of energy throughout the morning, and it helps keep your blood sugar stable, preventing those energy crashes and cravings that can derail your day. You'll notice better energy, fewer cravings, a more consistent mood, and improved focus throughout the morning. All of this contributes to a more balanced start to your day, setting you up for success both physically and mentally. Never drink coffee on a completely empty stomach. It's a simple rule with profound benefits. Make this small change and your metabolism will thank you. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel simply by prioritizing food before your morning coffee. Next up, sleep. It's not just a luxury, it's a fundamental pillar of health, especially when it comes to managing your blood sugar. Skimping on sleep isn't just about feeling tired, it's about much more than that. It's not just a minor inconvenience. It has profound effects on your body's ability to regulate blood sugar. It's a direct attack on your blood sugar control. When you consistently deprive yourself of sleep, you're essentially throwing a wrench into the delicate machinery that keeps your blood sugar levels stable. Even one night of poor sleep, that single night where you find yourself staring at the ceiling, unable to drift off, can make your cells less responsive to insulin, the hormone that ushers glucose from your bloodstream into your cells for energy. This is the beginning of insulin resistance, forcing your pancreas to pump out more just to keep up. Your pancreas is working overtime, struggling to maintain normal blood sugar levels. This leads to higher blood sugar, a state of hyperglycemia that can have immediate and long-term consequences, and over time, insulin resistance. This is a dangerous path that can eventually lead to prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. Sleep deprivation also disrupts your hunger hormones, those chemical messengers that tell your brain when you're hungry and when you're full. Ghrelin goes up, the hormone that signals hunger, making you feel like you need to eat more. Leptin goes down, the hormone that signals satiety, leaving you feeling less satisfied after meals, making you hungrier and less satisfied. It's a recipe for overeating and weight gain. That's why after a bad night, when you're running on fumes and feeling completely depleted, you crave sugar and carbs, not salads. Your body is desperately seeking a quick energy fix. Your brain's impulse control weakens, particularly in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and self-restraint, making it harder to resist junk food. Those cookies, chips, and sugary drinks become even more tempting. Plus, your body misses out on critical repair processes that occur primarily during sleep, and detoxification, the essential work of clearing out metabolic waste and cellular debris, increasing inflammation throughout your body, which can exacerbate insulin resistance and other health problems, and further harming your metabolism. It slows down your metabolic rate, making it harder to burn calories and maintain a healthy weight. Poor sleep leads to high blood sugar, creating a cascade of negative effects on your health, which then disrupts sleep even more, a vicious cycle. High blood sugar can interfere with your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. The solution, it's not just about getting more sleep, but about prioritizing quality sleep. Prioritize 7-9 hours of quality sleep. This is the sweet spot for most adults to optimize their health and blood sugar control. Make your bedroom cool and dark, creating an environment that's conducive to deep, restful sleep. Avoid screens before bed, as the blue light emitted from electronic devices can interfere with your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. And stick to a routine. A consistent sleep schedule helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up at the same time each day. Protecting your sleep is as important as any diet or exercise plan, and should be considered a cornerstone of your overall health strategy for blood sugar control. Prioritizing sleep is an investment in your long-term health and well-being. Here's a big trap that many fall into when trying to eat healthier. It's a common misconception, fueled by years of marketing and outdated dietary advice. It's choosing low-fat foods, thinking they're automatically the healthier option. We've been conditioned to believe that fat is the enemy, leading us to grab those low-fat labels without a second thought. But is this really the best approach for our health and well-being? When manufacturers remove fat from food products, something has to compensate for the loss of flavor and texture. All too often, they add sugar and starch to make the food palatable and taste good. This is where the problem truly begins. The food industry understands that palatability drives sales, and sugar is a cheap and effective way to achieve that. Take low-fat yogurt, for example, or salad dressings. These low-fat versions and snacks often have significantly more sugar than their full-fat counterparts. It's a hidden trade-off that many consumers are unaware of. Always compare nutrition labels carefully. The truth is, fat barely impacts blood sugar levels. Healthy fats are actually essential for hormone production, cell function, and nutrient absorption. On the other hand, sugar and refined carbs cause rapid spikes and subsequent crashes in blood sugar. This is a far more significant concern than the fat content. This constant fluctuation keeps you on an insulin roller coaster, leading to a cascade of negative effects. You'll find yourself constantly feeling hungry and craving more sugar to get that temporary energy boost. Ultimately, low-fat diets often leave you feeling unsatisfied and deprived. This leads to being stuck in a cycle of constant hunger, unstable energy levels, and ultimately, weight gain. So, what's the fix? Stop fearing fat and embrace healthy sources of it. Instead, carefully check labels for added sugars and total carbohydrates. Become a label detective. Choose full-fat yogurt, opting for plain varieties and adding your own fruit for sweetness. Select olive oil-based dressings, or better yet, make your own with simple ingredients. Prioritize whole, unprocessed foods with natural fats like avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. You'll feel fuller and more satisfied after your meals. You'll experience fewer cravings for sugary snacks. And you'll support stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. The biggest dietary switch most people need to make is to ditch those processed, low-fat, high-sugar foods. Instead, opt for real whole foods that are naturally rich in healthy fats. It's a simple change that can have a profound impact on your health and well-being. Skipping meals, especially lunch, then overeating later, is a recipe for blood sugar chaos. Long gaps without food trigger stress hormones and intense hunger, making you crave fast carbs when you finally eat. You end up eating quickly, overshooting your fullness cues and flooding your system with glucose. This causes a huge blood sugar spike followed by a crash, leaving you tired, irritable, and craving snacks. The cycle repeats. Skipping meals leads to overeating, which leads to unstable blood sugar and poor sleep. The solution isn't constant snacking, but avoiding long gaps between meals. Aim for 2 or 3 balanced meals a day, and if needed, a small protein-rich snack to bridge long stretches. This keeps hunger in check and helps you make better choices at your next meal. Think diet soda is a harmless swap? Think again. Artificial sweeteners trick your brain and body into expecting sugar, triggering an insulin response even though no real sugar arrives. Over time, this metabolic confusion can blunt your body's ability to handle real sugar, increasing your risk for insulin resistance. Artificial sweeteners also disrupt your gut bacteria, which play a key role in blood sugar control. Some studies show these changes can impair glucose tolerance, making your metabolism less efficient. Plus, diet sodas keep your sweet tooth alive, making it harder to enjoy naturally sweet foods and break free from sugar cravings. The best choice? Ditch diet drinks for water, sparkling water with lemon or unsweetened herbal tea. Breaking the sweet habit is a powerful step toward metabolic health. Here's a simple but powerful fix. Move after you eat. Sitting still after a meal means your muscles aren't using the glucose you just ate, so it lingers in your bloodstream, causing a prolonged blood sugar spike. Over time, this increases your risk for insulin resistance and inflammation. The solution? Take a 10-15 minute walk after meals. Even a gentle stroll activates your muscles, helping them soak up glucose and flattening your blood sugar curve. You don't need a workout, just get moving. After lunch, walk around the block. After dinner, take a family stroll, or do light chores. This small habit can make a huge difference in your blood sugar and overall health. If you've been making any of these mistakes, don't worry, you can change. Now you know the hidden habits sabotaging your blood sugar, and you have the tools to fix them. Start with one change, maybe eating before coffee or walking after dinner, and build from there. Small, consistent steps add up to big results. Want more tips? Check out my video on morning habits that lower blood sugar. It's the perfect next step. Let me know in the comments which habit surprised you most. Your insights help the whole community. Thanks for watching and investing in your health. See you in the next video.